Hey, everybody. It says it's going live. Let's give it a second and see. All right. Okay. And I can see comments. Woohoo. All right. I am sorry. I am late again. I just guess I'm going to have to put on the thing that I'll be here at 8 and make myself think I'll be here earlier. It just life happens and then you run in here and technology happens but here we are. So I'll quit making excuses and we'll get right down to tax because you come to watch me craft. You don't come for, well, maybe you come for my personality. I don't know. So anyway, glad you're here. Hope that you're doing well. It is Monday. It is Monday of a full moon week. So if you are around customer service, I think you probably know what that means. All right, so let's get right down to crafting and we will see what we can come up with. I am using the designer series paper from the paper pack called Wildly Flowering. So let me grab the pack so you can see those at least one side of each or both sides of one each of the pieces of paper. Let's see. I think I don't know what I thought. I had seen it, I think, in the catalog. This designer series paper is also on sale through the end of the month. It is $10.62 for, you get 12 sheets in there. Yes. All right, so let me share my screen and then we will look at the paper. And this will help me make sure I've got the camera lined up where it needs to be so that you can see it well. All right, that little guy out of the way. Okay, here is one side. We're going to use one of these pieces. Its backside is this. It looks like a linen. I think it's very pretty. All right, let's scoot the mouse over so we can have both sides. Set that up. This one is different than the one we just saw. So there's its front and back. And then here's the front and back of this one. Yes. So that's Wild Wheat, Moody Mauve, it looks like some mellow Mossy Meadow, Early Espresso. Here is another piece that we're using some of. And so there's its back. I did cut that one too. So its back looks like a linen. That's blue. It's hard to tell that it's blue. But it is, I promise. It's boho blue. And then this is Moody Mauve with hints of, well, big stripes of Early Espresso in it. So there's its front and back. And that's it. There's 6 designs, front and back. So you get 2 of each. So, all right, let me lay it out of the way and we will get right into crafting. Woohoo! Let's do which one do I want to do first? Let's do this one. We are going to use Wildflower Designs, and we're going to use this little guy to stamp with and that thank you. And I need to grab the Early Espresso. So look at that pretty paper and I'll be right back. It's what happens when you have a larger craft room and things are not within arm's reach. All right, I know we're going to use that. Thank you. This is a cling stamp set. I won't bore you with mounting them. And we'll be able to tell by the shape. And this one. Dandelions just are, I loved blowing dandelions as a kid. My dad did not like us doing that, however, because it sprayed their seeds all over. But I just felt like it was something fun, and you make a wish when you blow those dandelions. Here we go. But Dad always said, that's making more weeds in the yard. Well, it did. All right, let's layer this up. I will get a piece of basic white to go in the middle. This is early espresso, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. So unless you have a white pen to write with, you definitely need a piece of basic white or a lighter color cardstock in the middle. Let's go ahead and put this crumb cake on. It is 5 by 4 by 5.25. And then we're going to layer these two pieces together. And while I'm doing this, card class is Friday. It's not too late to register for in-person card class. We are probably going to use this designer series paper. Don't know that we'll make these exact designs, but this is the paper we're going to be using. I'm going to tip that direction. You could add, like, step this up a little bit by embossing that piece if you wanted to. Sorry for those of us that are a little OCD. I'll straighten out that paper. All right, let's stamp on that. Let's stamp the dandelion in boho blue. And I'm going to make it stamp off a little bit just because it will give it a little bit lighter color. Yes, definitely needed to stamp off. Okay. And then we're going to stamp thank you across that. Thank you for watching, whether you're watching in person now with me or watching the replay. I will also share all of the links for these after I get done with the video. I think that's pretty. Probably should have been stamped a little bit further below that flower, or that be a little bit lighter, but it works. And this on here. These circles are cut out with the Stylish Shapes dies. And we are going to use some Baker's Twine Essentials pack. We're going to use the crumb cake colored one. I'm just going to stick some glue on the back of there. Kind of helps me hold it in place. Then I'll use glue dots, or not glue dots, dimensionals in just a minute. Let's make that go right there. Dimensionals, not the babies. Those are too little. I know those are very close together, but it's holding the twine in place. And then 2 more. And I stuck it there so that in case that touches the paper, it won't make it sag. Okay, now peel our backs off. And then stick this right there. Isn't that pretty? It just gives it a little bit of hint of dimension. And we're going to use these adhesive back metallic gems. They've been on the desk. Why not use them? It saves me from running over there and grabbing some more. All right. And we're going to use the copper, not copper color, but this one here. Here. There. I like that. So pretty. All right, on to the next one. Let's lay this to the side. And we are going to stamp. Which one do I want to do? We'll do this one. This is my Moody Mob. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Again, I will get a piece of basic white to go on the inside. Thank you, Becky. And let's go ahead and layer these up. The only thing we're stamping on this one is the sentiment. Come on. I have my silicone mat that's laying over there, so that helped it get started without getting adhesive all over my fingers. This piece measures, that's metric. This is not 3 by 5.5. So this is 3 1/4 by 5.5. Get it up in the screen so you can see it. Making it flush with the ends. And it doesn't, looks like I kind of overlapped it down there a little bit. So let's grab the snips and fix it. And now, fix it on the back of this little gem. And go in the middle of our card base. Just eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just like that. And we are going to use the thanks stamp from Spotlight on Nature. There. And I'm going to stamp it in boho blue. And that boho blue is juicy. Stay straight. That looks kind of straight. No, that is not straight. So we're going to use the back side of it. Nope, we're not. We're going to go cut another one. I'll be right back. It's the perennial postage dies. That's that one. So let me lay the finished card over here so you got something pretty to look at while I go restamp that so I can get it straight. Just a moment. Some of the shapes you may be able to use the front and back when you die cut them, but that one just would not have looked right. Okay, thanks. Okay, let's lay you back over here. Looks like I might need to cut a whole bunch of those so I can get this. That is crooked. Crooked, crooked. So let's add to it. Stamp off and then on. Make it look like it's intentional. And not as noticeable. Oh, I don't like that either. I will be back one more time. And we'll see if we can get this right. Thought I had it, but obviously I didn't. So third time's a charm, we hope. Okay, slide you up. Let's lay you a little flatter. I know it's at the very bottom of your screen. Here's the thanks. There's boho blue. Much better. All right, we will go with that. It's because it looked like it looks like it's running uphill. And you obviously saw me do it back weird twice or three times. So let's stamp off and then put a little bit of dandelion leaves right there. And that's plenty. Okay, and our twine, or yes. This time I'm going to roll it around my fingers. just kind of making S or zigzags back and forth. We'll move the glue right there. Adhere it down. Grab that end. It helps hold that twine in place. And this is going to go right there. You could put it a little lower, but that's fine. And our gems. Let's go with, I'm going to do the coppery tones. One, two, and three. That's pretty. If I do say so myself. All right, now for our last one. We are using a basic white card base. 5.5 by 4.25. Scored, wrong measurements, Brenda. Back up, slow your roll. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. Then this big piece of designer series paper is 4 by 5.25. Isn't that pretty? Of course, I'm a little bit of a sucker for the blues. Right. And then we're going to layer these two pieces together. That's the other one that we used. It's a little, it's also from the perennial postage. It's about 2 3/4, a little bit, well, 7/8 by 2. And then this piece of crumb cake is 3 by 2.25. And I like the postage stamp outlines. Those are some of my faves. All right, let's put some adhesive on the back of this. And put it in the middle. And this is from the Spotlight on Nature. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about trying to make it straight, but we're going to still try a little bit. We did. Let's try. Woo, woo, woo. All right, and we're going to use the baker's twine again. Put a good smear across there. Kind of hides our end to start with. If you can get it to hold on there instead of holding onto your fingers, right? Let's go one more little loop-de-loo. Need to get some smaller ribbon scissors. Because my paper snips don't seem to cut it that well. And again, I know that this doesn't need all of those dimensionals on it, but let's get them. And I don't like that big tall loop right there. So let's shorten it a little. Mini on it. And then stick this right here in the middle. How about that? All right, let's close up the ink pad so we can bring our cards back in. Oh, this one needs some gems too. Let's go with the gold tones. Stick 1, 2. Come off of there. 3. All right, there are our 3 cards for tonight. I know a lot of people don't much care for baker's twine. I think it dresses it up just a little bit. Makes it interesting. Let's slide it over so we can get card number 1 in. How about that? Oh, and it can come over this way a little bit. There are multiple ways of using designer series paper in your paper crafting. So while it's on sale, it's a great time to get it. Let's slide it up because I don't like that. So it doesn't distract from the pretties of the paper. But that paper pack is really pretty, and I feel like it's very versatile with all of the new in colors. So there we have it. All right, thank you for watching. Let me stop the screen share. Becky, I like them all too. So you might see a variation of these in card class. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Again, if anybody who's watching between now and Monday want to place an order using the link provided with the host code, I'll send you the materials to make these. You'll need to buy have your own stamps, but I can send the designer series paper and the cardstock, and it will have the pieces to go in the middle. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. Go do something fun for yourself, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.